Hello lovely folks, David here, and welcome to episode 22 of my Noob Let's Play series, where I try to learn the things in survival Minecraft that I didn't learn over the last decade, because I was too busy playing in creative. And if you haven't noticed, my voice is rather creaky, so I may have to do some parts of this episode with on-screen text instead of narration. But it'll depend how bad this voice gets. But did you also notice? Looky. I'm in the process of redesigning my Minecraft skin. I added some dragon vibes to him. What do you think? Do you think the horns suit me? How about the tail? It's a work in progress, but I'm mostly liking the direction it's going in. So I'm changing it because I realise my character isn't terribly unique, and some of the lovely folks on the Discord community gave me some really great pointers about creating an actual OC for him. Now, the lore side of the design is connected tangentially to my writing, which is set in the Timespeaker universe, which is my universe, but yeah. But on the most basic levels, if you don't bring in the TSU stuff, I like dragons. A lot. So he is more dragony. As for this episode's goals, I have a more demanding project planned for this year. So I'd like to finish off all of the big things for this noob series to give me more time for the big project. The goal for this series is to do as many of the remaining achievements as I can, and a couple of other things I'd like to do from the new updates. Then be really brave and go to the end, take out the dragon and get an elytra. I have not done any end stuff in survival on my own. Of course I'm not doing all of this in this episode. That would be way too much. But this episode, I'd like to get as many of the achievements done as I can, finally raid that woodland mansion I found ages ago, and maybe try and find the trail ruins, and, I don't know, other stuff from that particular update. I'm still technically on holiday, so we'll see how much I can get done in half an hour, for a half an hour episode. So, now you know what I'm going to say. Yep. Wish me luck. And cue the music. while searching for the four tiger wolf varieties. No text. Sorry. Isn't it pretty with the shaders on? So, this episode was surprisingly productive. We explored the world for 3 straight in real life days, finding and collecting each of the Woofies, who are all good boys. All of them. All the Woofies. I now have way too many Woofies, but they're adorable and good. In the process of finding all of the Woofies, we found and excavated trail ruins with some pretty good bounty, and found 2 sniffer eggs and brought them home because sniffers are adorable. Look how cute they are when they dig up ancient seeds. And then we did the Star Trader advancement. I've actually done it before quite a few times. It was fun and familiar, hence the celebration with chickens. I specifically launched the villager who had once been a zombie villager. I don't remember the exact reasons why, but it just seems to tickle my fancy. Some kind of irony I can't currently articulate. From there we went out again. I think that was day 2 or day 3, and found an armadillo, who I now dub Myrtle, just because it's a fun name. And let me tell you, she was a pain in the butt to drag thousands of blocks across the countryside on a lead back home. But she's here, safe, and passively making scoots for Woofie armor. Talking of Woofie armor, here are 2 advancements. 2 more advancements. To fix Woofie armor with a scoot, and to share some Woofie armor off a wolf. So, I'd been searching from the very first episode to collect all of the kitties, because that's one of the things I like about Minecraft, is collecting all the kitties. And by the time I got to this episode, I only really had the calico left to find. And that cat hid really well. But here in New Zealand, we call calico cats tortoiseshells, or just torties, depending on which generation you are. And my mum had a tortoiseshell, Pansy. She was the sweetest cat ever. So I'm going to name this one Pansy in honour of her. After finally finding the calico, we went on to the decision to fight the Wither. I don't know why exactly doing the Woodland Mansion has been something my brain has been deliberately avoiding. But if I think about it logically, it's probably due to my utter dislike of fighting Vex, and perhaps a little to do with knowing how hard it would be to film such a sequence. So much arguing with the replay mod would ensue, I'm sure. But to fight the Wither, you have to have 3 Wither skeleton heads, which don't drop very frequently on easy mode, so I knew this was going to be a grind from the beginning. I'd found a nether fortress ages back when we were learning about potions, so because I'd already created a safe path to it from the nether network, I went back to that same one. Aside from convenience, it also has a loop of corridors long enough that when you're at one end, the other is outside of the spawn radius. Thereby, as you follow the loop, new enemies spawned in as you went through. They can get a bit more efficient for getting more wither skeletons to take out, though I was very surprised by how many blazes spawned in as well. That short sequence you just saw was actually nearly 2 hours long. It actually felt a longer grind than that, but we got 4 wither skeleton heads and more than 2 stacks of blaze rods, so I think it's worth the grind. As for the wither fight itself, I was actually super nervous. I've not done one before in survival, or even in creative, I think, because what would you need a beacon for in creative mode? But I thought I should do more challenging goals with this being the end of the seasons, if only for your entertainment purposes. I honestly thought my character would die several times fighting the Wither. I even made a fallback position with a bed and everything. But there was just that one close call near the end where he got me square in the face with one of those little flying skull things. I'm actually still quite surprised that we defeated him so quickly. And we come back to the beacon. I don't currently need a beacon, but gosh, isn't it pretty? I'm sure there'll be use for it eventually. As for the next episode, again, I'll try and get as many advancements done as I can and pick some kind of hard battle for the climax. Haven't decided what yet. If you have an idea, let me know below in the comment section. Although, maybe I could try a trial chamber? Haven't done one of those yet. It would be fun to get a heavy core and make a hammer and smash something. It looks fun. But whatever I do next time, what I do know is that the last episode for this season will probably be the long process of going to the end, taking out the dragon, getting an elytra, getting home again, and then of course using every single rocket I own to fly around for the joy of it. Because I have not flown with an elytra in survival mode. But now the time has come to end the video. I hope your new year has things to celebrate and enjoy. For now, ara ni tasa.